Hi, I'm Chuck from Bennett Family Real Estate. I'm here today to talk to you about 5 things you might not know about selling your house. Number 1, it's an emotional journey. You're going to need to have patience. Number 2, the home inspection. Number 3, how much should I list my house for? Number 4, waiting for conditions to be removed. And number 5, your own personal attachment to your home. This is an emotional process. It's a long journey, and you need to have patience throughout the whole process. Lots of things are going to come up that you're not expecting. Just remember that. Remember to be patient. It's a great process to go through. The end is great, but remember, it can be challenging. Number 2, the home inspection. Easily the most challenging aspect of any home sale for a seller is the home inspection. It's stressful, it's hard. A lot of sellers are surprised by what comes up. Often we hear people say, oh, I'm not really worried about a home inspection. I know the house, I don't think anything's gonna come up. What's gonna come up is about 50 to 100 pages of things that are wrong with the house, things that you haven't thought about. That can be super challenging. You're going to get requests for contractors to come in and look at things. You're going to often get a request for renegotiation. It's super stressful. It's super challenging. Be prepared for it. I have to see an example of home inspection before you list or as part of the listing process. We're happy to share those with people. Number 3, how much should I list my house for? It's a super challenging time for sellers. Sellers often want to build in a bit of wiggle room to get the top value of their house. The challenge is buyers aren't accepting that. You basically need to list your house at the price you want to sell it for. If you're trying to maximize the value, but you have room to play with, you're likely, almost always right now, you'll end up selling it for less than if you price it exactly where you need to sell it for. It's challenging, it's tough, I get it, but that's super important in the marketplace right now. People are selling houses consistently, but almost all of the houses in Nelson and rural Nelson are selling at the price they're listed at if they've got value for buyers. Waiting for conditions to be removed. Again, another challenging part of the process. Inspection may happen 2 weeks before conditions are expected to be removed, and they wait until the very last second to bring up the home inspection because they've had to look after their financing, their insurance, and the title review. And they may want a renegotiation at the very last second. Sellers have a tough time being patient around that process, but you have to be. Whatever the date is for subject removal, expect that to be the date that you're dealing with it. Then you won't be disappointed. Sometimes it's earlier, often it's not. And number 5 is your emotional attachment to your house. You may have raised your children in that house. You may have been in that house for 50 years. The buyer hasn't been. The buyer's looking at it from a business standpoint. They want to get the best deal. So they may say things that upset you. They may say things that you don't think are right about the house. Remember, you only see what's good about your house. You only see the emotional attachment. Remember, the buyer doesn't see it that way. Always try and remember that during the process. It'll make it easier for you. It'll make it easier for the sale. Again, we're here to talk about 5 things that you might not know about selling a house. First one is it's an emotional process. You need to be patient. Number 2, the home inspection. Number 3, what price to list your house at. Number 4, waiting for condition removal. And number 5, your personal emotional attachment to the house. Thanks.